Hello my friends. So, terracotta pots. Now, a lot of people say do not use terracotta because it absorbs the water and it's stopping the plants from getting the moisture that they need. Some people say that the roots grow into the pot grooves, and it's a lot of bad press about poor old terracotta. Now, everybody, well, all my subscribers know that I hate fungus gnats. I've had an issue with fungus gnats, which is one of the reasons why I chose to move to leca. And I had 2 different Tradescantias in these pots in soil, and that was where a lot of the fungus gnats were. But I love these terracotta pots, and I don't want fungus gnats to win. I want to be able to use these pots. So I was thinking about the moisture issue and then being wet and taking the moisture, all the rest of it. So what I've done, I'm just going to turn that. Can you see this one here? That's one I did last week, the week before. That's now in leca. I've got another one, another type of Tradescantia here, which I am going to do that with. So if you'd like to find out how I'm going to do that, please stick around, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to be doing. So obviously you're going to need a wick. I have actually soaked this pot in my dustbin where my leca is soaking. It's been in there for about, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe, just to get it absorbed, to absorb any water, nutrient solution, whatever. And this as well, the saucer for underneath. So it's as wet as it can be, but the weight of that will cause water displacement. So I've had the idea, it's probably an old idea somebody's used before, but to raise it so the weight isn't so heavy, so the water displacement doesn't come up as high. So these are just something I found, but I think they once used to be, I don't know what they call them, pot raisers. You put them underneath your plant pots so that they drain garden plants. I think they're broken ones of them. So that would be a solution for you to find something, is to use them, cheat and use them. Or you can just, if you've got something at home that you can DIY like I do. That's all I seem to do lately, is look for things that will work in a semi-hydro setup. So yeah, so that's going like that, and that will be on there. So there'll be plenty of water underneath, and I will be using a wick. The wick is comprised of microfiber cloth that has been cut up. I'm going to use 3 of these. I've just dropped one, hang on. Ooh. So I'm going to thread 3 of these through. And we'll sort it out later. And take these wicks through. And I'm going to put them in different directions inside the pot. Because Tradescantia have got quite fine roots, which I'll show you in a minute, I was a bit worried that the leca might be a bit too big, but since I tried it with that other one and they seem to be all right, they don't seem to be struggling at all, I'm hoping that'll be fine. So that's my pot. There's my leca. It's going to be noisy. Now, as I've said, make sure your leca is soaking all the time. This is just to be practical so that you've always got it there when you need it. Mine is always wet. I'm going to be a bit noisy now. 3 different directions, like that. Cover all the bases. Right, so then I've mixed some perlite in with the rest of this leca. But I am going to get some more from outside. This has got perlite on the top and leca underneath. So I'm just going to give that a mix round and spread that on the top. The reason being, I've got loads of perlite that I need to use up. I mean, like a bin bag full. And the Tradescantia roots are quite fine. So I thought it might just be a bit better for the roots to get the feet in if I use a bit of perlite mixed in. Right, I'm just going to give this a stir with something. Probably end up being my hand anyway, so I may as well go in. And a bit more on top here. Now, I've rooted these Tradescantia in water. Been, I don't know, about probably 6 weeks. So they should be strong enough roots now. I've got a Never Never plant in there as well. Look at him. The rest of his family have died, but he's good. He's a good boy. Right. So I don't know how many you've got. There's not that many actually. This one is called nanouk. There's loads of different Tradescantias. This is a nice one. I like this one. So I'm just going to randomly plant them. What I'm doing, I'm laying them across the soil, the leca surface, because they will root out the sides and root into the leca through the nodes. And these are quite prone to having really long stems, and I don't really want that, but it is what it is. So I'm trying to lay them across so that they'll be smaller stems and more leaves, in theory. Right, I'm just going to go ahead and tuck these in. There you go. I would say the other terracotta one, the other Tradescantia, I'd say that took a week for it to wick up all the nutrient solution. So for something that deep, it does take it up quite fast. So if you're going on holiday, I would suggest you ask somebody just to top that up after a week, or maybe just stand it in a bigger reservoir, like something like that, just while you're away. Right, so that's that one done. I'm just going to empty this out because it's old nutrient solution and we want to try and keep it stable. Because we don't really want to see them. The best thing about this is that you can see without having to lift the pot up whether it needs filling up. So that is my second Tradescantia finally done. Oh, I've got so much stuff everywhere here. Oh, nerves. But it's necessary stuff. So I'm going to put him over here. Underneath there. With the other one. And that's good.